The Purpose of Boys, Helping Our Sons Find Meaning, Significance, and Direction in Their Lives. Written by Michael Gurian. Narrated by Verner. Introduction. What do you want to be, son? What do you want me to be? I want to be somebody. I just want to be somebody. Words of a third-grade boy, repeated to me by Susan Travers, his teacher. My father-in-law, Dean Reed, now gray-haired, thin, 85, and a man of few words, was 22, blonde-haired, and full of vigor when he flew B-12 bombers over an embattled Europe in 1943. Shot down in Germany, he ejected from his pilot seat, saw that his crew was dead, and limped north toward Norway. Captured by Nazi infantry before he could make it back to freedom, he lived out the rest of World War II in Nazi POW camps near Marburg and Nuremberg. After his liberation in 1945, he returned to Nebraska and to his sweetheart, Margaret. During their 5 decades of marriage, he didn't speak more than a few words to her about his wartime experiences. When I met my wife, Gail, the third child of Margaret and Dean Reed, she told me her father had been shot down in World War II, but he just doesn't discuss it. Indeed, during the first decade of our marriage, he did not. But in 1997, when Dean was 74, his mind and heart opened. The film Saving Private Ryan affected him deeply, and he decided to show his family, including his wife, children, and grandchildren, journals and notes from his time in the war. He recalled how it felt to be the pilot so young, so powerless to save his comrades. He also recalled how committed he felt when he was liberated from the POW camp and came home to being a man. A guy had to figure out pretty quick how to become a man, or he wouldn't survive, Dean said. When I got home, I didn't think too much. I just got to work and raised a family. It's what everyone had fought and died for. What was it in Saving Private Ryan that triggered Dean to look back at his war experiences and share his wisdom? It was many things, he told me, especially what happens at the end of the film, when Captain Miller, Tom Hanks, who's been a mentor to young Private Ryan, Matt Damon, dies after a battle on a bridge. His right hand trembling, his eyes closing, Miller whispers to Ryan his last words of wisdom. Earn this. Ryan hears the whisper amid the storms of noises around him, watches Miller die, then stands up. The camera watches his young face for a moment. Then his face transforms into the face of an elderly man, Private Ryan in his mid-70s, standing at Captain Miller's grave among the rows of white crosses at Arlington Cemetery. This elder Ryan's children and grandchildren are behind him as he turns to his wife, tears in his eyes, and murmurs, "Did I do it? Am I a good man?" His wife is surprised by the question, perhaps because her husband, like Dean, has not spoken of his struggles or the earn this during the war, but she responds tenderly, "You did. You are." If you have not watched this movie, and you are raising or educating sons, I hope you will. For Dean Reed, and for so many of us, a great deal of what males are striving for in the world, both as boys and men, is glimpsed in the film's final moments. Captain Miller's final words to Private Ryan instruct him to do the very thing that my father-in-law had to do. By saying, "Earn this," the mentor, Miller, is in effect saying to Ryan, "Everyone in this war has died so that you, young man, can live. What will you do with your life? Will you become a good man? Will you live out an important purpose in your life? Manhood is a sacred trust bestowed on you by everyone who has come before and sacrificed all so that you could get your chance to be free. Don't waste it." Competing Purposes. I was born in 1958, and like so many boys my age, grew up enamored of World War II male heroism. At the same time, as a baby boomer, I came of age in a generation where the male role began one of its most significant shifts in human history. The boys and men of the baby boomer generation experienced a profound change in their self-concept of what is a man, what is an appropriate male.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?